Hey, good morning. I'm sorry, great day. Buenos dias. Hi. I did not think I was going to come on here this morning, but I just read Ezekiel 38 and 39. Yesterday or the Shabbat, I think I did a message on the dry bones, and so my Cepher was still open to Ezekiel, and so I said, well, let's just keep reading to see what happens after the dry bones. It's very interesting, you guys. So I think I'm gonna name this title "Know Your Enemy" or "Know Your Enemies." Know your enemies. And so I read 38 and 39, and it talks about Gog and Magog. And but Christian churches have kind of glossed over who Gog and Magog is. And they kind of talk about, God is going to have this war with Gog and Magog. But when you read it in context and you understand what you're reading, I've read about Gog and Magog. I've heard about Gog and Magog. But what the Christian churches don't tell you is who Gog and Magog is. So how are you going to know who your enemy is if you don't know who your enemy is? So, and when you read the 66, you really need to study it, not just read it. Not just, and our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, and you just read it, and it doesn't get in. You don't think about it. You don't study it. You don't look up the words. You don't look up the words in your concordance to say, well, who are these people? What does this mean? And what does this mean? So for the first time, I looked up who Gog and Magog was. And let me tell you who our enemies are. Japheth. Japheth is the son of Noah. Noah had 3 sons, Ham, Shem, Japheth. We are Shem. Ham is the African race of people, African race. And Japheth is the European race, sort of. So, when I looked up who Gog and Magog is, it's Japheth's sons and Japheth's grandson, same with Magog. And I went, I have never, well, first of all, let me back up. Here in America, we don't study tribes. We don't study groups of peoples. That's what we should be studying, not who's black and who's white, because that just doesn't matter. And it's been designed that way so we won't know who we are, and so we won't know who they are, and so we won't know who our enemies are. So Japheth is our enemy, which is terrible because that's our cousins. But they don't mean us good because they don't like that Shem is, they're at the end of the Cepher and the 66. And so is Shem. But the blessing is completely different. That's not where I'm going this morning. So, know who your enemy is. So, and I'm going to list the scriptures in the description as well. But this is who our enemies are. I'm not saying this. The Cepher and the 66 is saying this because I read it in the Cepher and then I went to the 66 to see if it's the same, and it pretty much is. And so let me just say this side note. So 39:21 through the end talks about a promise for the people that Yahuwah has set apart, that he's going to bring back to the land. So when you look at this, you question, well, wait a minute. Haven't these people already been brought back to the land? So how can these people be brought back to the land if they're being persecuted everywhere now? They're still scattered throughout the 4 corners of the earth. How are they back? And Ezekiel 39:21 till the end talks about how they're going to come back and how they'll be at peace and how they're going to completely destroy the enemies. Why are they not doing that now? Why has this prophecy not happened yet? And they're supposed to be back in their land. They're not back. Remember Revelation 2:9, Revelation 3:9. That. Go read it for yourself. Read it with understanding. Don't just, oh, I'm not going to read that. You know, Yahuwah talks about these hard-hearted people that our forefathers caused us to be exiled into Babylon. These same hard-hearted people are some of the people that you guys are related to, because you say, well, that's not true. I'm not reading that. That's not what it says. My pastor says. Read it for yourself. I didn't learn this from a man. I learned this from Yahuwah because he put his Ruach in me, and because he woke me up to give me understanding of the word, because I have a desire and a hunger to understand what he's saying. I want to know. I don't want to miss the mark, and I don't want you to miss the mark. Hence the reason why I do these, because eventually we're not going to have this. They're gonna boycott. They're gonna ban it. We're not gonna even be able to say Yahuwah, Yahusha. We're not gonna be able to say anything like that. In Canada right now, you can't even say God out loud anywhere. So out in public, and so that makes me think: does this include church? Persecution is here, you guys. Wake up. America will not be exempt from persecution. We've not been exempt from persecution. We've been persecuted for the past 400 years. And persecution has already started for us. It's not, oh, it's going to start in 5 years. No, we've been persecuted for the past 400 years because of our disobedience and because of our transgressions and because we've worshipped other idols and we have eaten unclean food. We have not followed the Torah. We have not followed the Shabbat. We have not followed the commandments, the statutes, and the judgment. We have hard-heartedly said, oh, I'm not doing that. I'm under grace. I don't have to do that. You better wake up. You better wake up, people. Okay, so let me go back to our enemies. I've completely digressed. Okay, so according to 39, when you look up Gog and Magog, and then you look up the cities or the countries or the people, the tribes, it says, so when you look up Gog and Magog, Armenia is one enemy, Armenia. Turkey is another. Iran, it talks about a group of people with swords that are going to come to fight Yahuwah's people, the house of Yisrael, with swords. Who has swords? What group of people cuts off heads and uses swords? I don't have to say anything. And so the other group of people or tribes that it says are our enemies, which shocked me completely. Libya's one, Ethiopia, and there was one more. Cush and Ethiopia go together. Ethiopia is what shocked me because, Ethiopia has, they say, the original Bible, and Ethiopia says that they are also one of the lost tribes. But then when you read Ezekiel, you're like, Ethiopia is our enemy? Because Ethiopia is coming after us. So that, you better know who your enemy is, because if you don't, and we have not known who our enemy is, we have married Japheth. We have married Japheth's kids, grandkids, great-grandkids. We have married Ethiopia. We have married Armenians. We have married Iranians. We have married Cushites. We have married Libyans. We have married our enemies. And when you go all the way back to Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Yahuwah says, do not intermingle, do not intermarry, do not let your daughters marry their sons, and do not let your sons marry their daughters. And what have we done? We have intermingled with the enemy. Now, granted, because of the transatlantic slave trade, we have been forced to intermingle with Japheth. And we, me included, are the offspring of Japheth and Shem. We are just all mixed up. And Ham. And that was by design by the enemy. That was not like, oh, we like how you look. It was designed on purpose. Even where they didn't give us food, but the only food they gave us was pork, which we were not swine, which we were not supposed to eat or consume. And so now we as a people are the number one people that eat swine, and we have so many health issues because of swine. We have diabetes, we have parasites, we have heart issues, we have so many diseases because of swine. That was done by design. But it's also because of our transgression and because of our stiff-neckedness, I don't even know how to say that word, stiff-neckedness, and our hard-heartedness, because we said we are going to intermingle, we are going to marry, we don't care, we don't have to follow the Torah. And we're still saying that today because we've been brainwashed from a Christian church to say we are under the New Testament. Not us. Not us. So I'm finished. I just wanted to do this. I wanted to just show you really quickly who our enemy is. Because if you don't know who your enemy is, you are going to have children with the wrong tribe. The enemy that will come to attack us in the near future. And so these same people who are the enemies, Yahuwah is going to come against them and slaughter them. And there's going to be so many dead bodies that it's going to take 7 months to clean it up. 7 months to clean up the dead bodies. And then even after the 7 months, after we've buried all of the dead bodies, that we will hunt our enemies down and we will destroy them. Know who your enemy is. Wake up, people. I drive around and I see our people everywhere, of course. And I'm just like, wake up. It's not too late. Wake up. Just like Noah, if you read the Cepher or the Apocrypha, just like Noah and Methuselah ministered for 250 years while they were building the ark, and while they had help building the ark, they ministered to their friends and family, more like their family, and said, it's not too late. You guys have to wake up because there's going to be a great flood. They didn't listen. And the great flood came, and when Yahuwah closed Noah up, they surrounded the ark with the tainted animals, because he only took the good animals. That's why he took 2 animals, but he only took the good animals, the ones who were intermingled with people and intermingled with each other, and Nephilim, they stayed outside the ark. And so the people came to bum rush the ark because they said, let us in, it's raining. And Noah said, you had 250 years. Now you want to get on the boat? It's too late. I didn't close me in this boat. Yahuwah did. And so they were going to bum rush the boat, but Yahuwah sent all those tainted, intermingled animals to chase the people off. It was too late. Those who don't believe the Old Testament, go to the New Testament, the 10 virgins. 5 were, they all slept. They all had lanterns. 5 were prepared with extra oil, 5 were not. They asked the 5, hey, can we use some of your oil? Nope, I'm not missing the bridegroom. Hurry up, go get your own oil. So they left to go get oil. And the bridegroom came. The 5 that were prepared went in. Yahusha closed the door. The 5 that were unprepared came back banging on the door. Let us in, let us in. He said, I don't know you. Be prepared, you guys. It's not too late. I know I sound like a crazy person. Yes, but in a good way, because I know what's coming, because I have read and I am reading and I'm studying the Cepher and the 66. You guys got to wake up. You have to wake up. These pagan holidays, these things that are distracting you. Wake up, you guys. Wake up. It's not too late. Wake up. Be blessed on this day. It's a beautiful day. It's kind of chilly. It's 58 degrees, which I was not expecting that. But hey, it is what it is. Be blessed, you guys. I love you. Have a great day.